It's a game of inches, and it's about the mental side of it, just having one up on a guy.
That's part of the game. It's the mind tactics, and there's a reason they're coming after you. And so I've kind of always held on to that.
Let's go, I'll give you a chance, I'll go righty. You shut the fuck up.
In the heat of battle, sometimes you just see red and it gets heated pretty quick.
He horse collars up. That is so cheap.
It's tactical, it's surgical, it's well placed in at the right time.
The most appealing thing to a fighter is when the momentum shifts in your favor after a fight.
Here we go. Whoa. Nick Canade gonna square off against Brandon Yeaman.
Up, Owen.
What's up, Nick? How we feeling?
Nicholas Canade, forward/defenseman.
Another penalty call, some pushing and shoving taking place down to our right.
How calculated is a fight from your perspective?
Yeah, I'd say from my perspective, it's very calculated.
You know, I don't fight. I fought 3 times in my career when I was in junior, and they didn't go very well, so I know that's not really me. So usually if you're going to run your mouth, you got to be able to back it up.
Yeah, hey, just for you, buddy, just for you.
Don't even try, Johnny.
I'll never fight when we're winning a hockey game. I think it's wrong. It's giving the other team momentum in certain ways.
I don't know. That's not smart. 4-1.
Yeah, fights can be a huge momentum shift. I mean, you hear it all the time in this game where, oh man, why would he fight that? That's the wrong time to fight. You're up 3-0. You have the upper hand, and all of a sudden their bench has energy, and then you make the game tougher. And tough guys know it too. The fighters know it, where it's like they're not scared, you know, obviously, but they're not going to fight just because you want to fight them. It's got to be a purpose to it, a reason for it. It's just the game within the game, and sometimes you do it to piss a guy off. I mean, a little whack on the top of the skates or on his hand or his stick just to move it, just to try to irritate.
Maybe a little cross-check here, a slash there. I think getting under their skin is a big part of my game. And, you know, obviously as a smaller guy, I don't want to take anything from anybody. So, you know, I give it to them. I play with a lot of heart, and I don't mind getting into the dirty areas.
I think the timing of it, you know, you want to gain momentum, you want to gain energy.
A lot of the times it's when you're down in the game, maybe by a goal or two. There was times where I fought to get the team back in the game.
5 seconds remaining. Well, here comes Canade and Gervais. They'll go toe-to-toe right out at center ice. They lean in. Canade gets the right. Oh, man, they are pummeling rights at one another. Gervais up and over Canade. Canade knocks the helmet off Gervais, drifting to the far blue lines. Gervais tumbles down, and Canade knocks him down off his feet. Team leading, 6 fighting nature for Nick Canade as he tries to get this crowd into it.
You know, I love doing it in Boise. I think I've only done it in Boise this year just because fans love it. Like I said, I use it as a tool in the toolbox. I'm not the biggest guy. I fight strategically and just kind of do what I can to bring momentum to the team and the fans.
Fucking A, Nicky. Fucking right, dude. Man.
Boy, Nick, you're fucking
Good job, Nicky. Hey, hung in there.
The man's game.
You just fought the heavyweight champion, I guess.
That couple minutes after a fight and during a fight is, you know, a really cool feeling, and you know the energy and adrenaline you get from it is cool.
Sure. All right, boys, hey, build off what Nicky did there. Yeah. Don't pass up a fuck shot. Playing well.
What's astonishing is that Idaho scored 1 goal last night. Now Canade through the right circle, slipping free, firing, rebound.
It's under him.
Alexander, no! Score! Canade gives the Steelheads double digits.
He works so hard every practice, every game, and he's ultimately willing to do whatever it takes for the team. When you have a guy like that who then goes out and hits and fights and plays his heart out, like, it's tough not to follow a guy like that, right? Like, if he's doing it, well, I can do it too. Like, let's get going.
We had a guy named Jeremy Oblonsky, and we had an instance against Alaska, we had kind of a dirty hit take place that really kind of galvanized our group.
They took a few liberties probably that shouldn't have been done, and so the one guy in particular, I can't think of his name offhand, but he kind of started things up in Alaska, and he knew when he came down here he was going to have to, face the music. So we kind of loaded up Matt Nickerson and Yabo, and they went out there.
Yablonski and Smith. Yablonski's dropped the mitts. Yablonski throwing a couple of right. Smith wants nothing to do with it, and Yablonski will just hammer away, and Smith will turtle up on the ice.
And I remember Yabo going, after he got done with this Stephen Later guy, he just went and went and went and went. And it was a bloodbath. And it's like a jackhammer hitting cement.
So Nickerson's now dropped his glove, and he hits Eber with a right. Eber then covers up. Joey Hope comes for some love, and Nickerson will start feeding him some right. Nickerson with a right uppercut, and down to the ice they go. Smith trying to get back involved. He'll come after Yablonski to the right of Gustafson. Nickerson then with a right as the line. Who wants some more, says the big fella. He's looking for anyone.
And that sort of demonstration to the group kind of felt like, this is the line. If you want to get through us, this is what it's going to take. And I feel like at that moment, it just insulated our group with belief. Like you just knew that, hey, we can do something here if we do the things that we're being asked to do.
It's part of the game. Like I said, it polices itself, and 20 years later, 22 years later, the game has definitely evolved. It's more of a skill game, as we all know.
Turns on the Jets through center ice, slips it past Kelvis. He fires. He scores!
But it's still a decent part of the game.
You're not going out there trying to hurt somebody or anything like that, but I fought a guy earlier in the season against Allen, Brandon Yemens, and we went toe-to-toe, and it was a hard battle.
And they are just delivering blows at one another. Kanade to left, he brings down Yemens.
We went toe-to-toe, and it was a hard battle, and we got in the box, and we were giving thumbs up to each other and saying great fight. So whistle the whistle, you can battle it out and give hacks and fight and hit and all these kind of things. But at the end of the day, everybody's playing for the same reason. We end the game, and you're back to being buddies or whatever it is. So,
Willie, you scored your second goal in the second period to tie the game at 6:58. I know it was a very emotional goal for you. Great to see you get on the score sheet. Just kind of, if you don't mind, telling us some of those emotions that you experienced when you saw that thing go in the back of the net.
I think hockey players have a decent rep of being, good guys. I think this year, after my dad passed, I think my second weekend back was against Rapid City.
Was really nice, but to score a goal, first one back so after my dad passed, that was one was for him.
There were a few guys who, pulled me aside in between periods or after the game and just said how sorry they were for my loss. And, those were guys in the other team and everything. So, like I said, hockey's a community, and we battled out there for 60 minutes, and for them to say that, just meant a lot to me. And you respect those guys for going out there and giving it their all, and just like they'll do the same for you most times. And at the end of it, you leave it on the ice most times.
We have what I'd think is a pretty decent rivalry with Allen the last few years. We got in a situation where we had a couple injuries and we were short bodies, and we felt we just needed a little calming presence as well. Yabo lives down in Dallas, and brought him in and gave him a couple shifts.
Idaho attacking right to left here across your radio dial in the first period, starting up front with A.J. White, Keaton Mastrodonato, and Jeremy Yablonski.
Sheener needed some guys, and I just happened to be here, so it worked out good. Nothing crazy happened. The good thing is I didn't have to do anything. It was kind of just, it's like a team knowing that this team has a nuke in their arsenal. Leave it alone, and that's kind of what it did, right?
Mark Curry, Register, Mastrodonato near side of the goal line. Becker tucks it and scores!
For Allen to be able to see a legend like Yabo sitting on the other bench, I think it, certainly made him
or put them on alert, put them on edge, knowing that there's a guy that could end your career on the other bench with a single punch.
It was just awesome to be, out there with the Steelheads and back on the ice.
For the first time in 18 days, the Idaho Steelheads are back on home ice as they open up a 3-game series against the Allen Americans from the Idaho Central Arena.
A lot of times for our home series, we'll play Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So Wednesday's game usually tends to be a little bit of a feeling out process.
And Miller and Robideau tangled up at the top of the crease. Robideau is in there on Keller, and Robideau and Keller tangled up. And here we go. We've seen this before between the Idaho Steelheads and the Allen Americans. And if this is how it's going to take place this week, it's going to be a long 3-game series.
I think that, it's been a few guys in Allen that have kind of made their mark in being physical and everything. And, I respect that game, for the most part. But, one of their guys I felt had a late high hit on me, and I just lost my cool.
Table takes a shot from Earn. And now Neerum to the center circle. And now a penalty called down at ice level. I think Neerum got Robideau after the whistle. Or after the play, I should say, which led to the whistle.
What is Willie doing? He slashed him in the head.
What's been somewhat of a calm game for the most part, starting to heat up a little bit now.
My wires crossed and hit him with my stick, and I think after the initial heat in my mind wore off, it was, man, like, I hope he's all right. I never want to see someone hurt, especially on, off my doing.
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna fucking spear you if you don't shut up. Come on, John.
Usually with Allen, it's kind of one of those series where sometimes there's hockey being played.
Wraps up the near side, Kanade. Now it's turned over. Kanade, backhander, score!
And then other times, fights break out.
Crone shot. Rodzinski delivered a check to Crone. And now a cheap shot from Hebert on Rodzinski. An absolute cheap shot. Rodzinski's down on the ice, and Hebert's delivering blows. That is a cheap shot from Grant Hebert. Down on the ice in a vulnerable position, and he's delivering a punch to the back of his head. And the circus from Allen has arrived.
Yeah, just in a situation like that, things were obviously kind of starting to boil over.
And now over at the penalty box, you can see the jawing going on back and forth. Miller and Rodzinski in for Idaho. Hebert and Walker for the Americans, and it looks like it's going to lead to an Idaho power play.
That's kind of what they feed off of. Like, if things aren't going their way, they're going to look to stir it up and kind of make a sideshow of it.
It's a slash from Murray on our Curry. Our Curry got knocked down. Look at McCauley trying to go at our Curry. And Kawaguchi going to get in. Every time this team falls behind, this is exactly what happens.
You can kind of see certain things starting to build up, and then ultimately just erupted there at the end of that game, that Friday night game.
And that will just about do it. It got feisty at the end. Steelheads pick up their second straight win against the Americans. A 4-2 win here on this Friday night in downtown Boise. And oh boy, watch out here. Both teams are converging at one another. They're going after our Curry, it looks like.
The guy came out of the penalty box, kind of got in Curry's face, and then
Jacobs still going at our Curry, and Jacobs is going after our Curry. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous.
we probably should have just skated our separate ways like normal, and they kind of continued it, I felt. And then, of course, Nicky Kanade comes out of nowhere to make sure he's sticking up for our guys, which he always does. It's awesome to watch.
Kanade and Robideau in the mix now.
I look to, protect teammates. I decide to take action. I jump in and help a teammate out if I have to, and, do it at the right moments.
Every single player on the bench that is left is out on the ice.
When there's more players than there are refs on the ice, it's never a good sign. There's obviously people in the league that can police themselves, but there's also some people in the league that can't. But I think we showed that we can have each other's backs, and when push comes to shove, they're not going to bully us. And I have respect for all the guys on our team doing that.
Fucking rights, boys. Hey, way to stick up for each other. That's fucking what teams do. We battled, got the win. One more next tomorrow.
Tonight from the Idaho Central Arena, the Steelheads look to complete the 3-game sweep over the Americans as it's the final time this regular season. Idaho and Allen will clash, and if it's anything like it was last night, you're going to want to buckle up.
We know as a group, if we start focusing on the other team or the refs or the fans or anything that's out of our control, it kind of undoes us, spirals us, because now our mental energy's not focused solely on the game. So going into Saturday, hey, let's just focus on us. You know, let's let them get all riled up, throw themselves off their game, and we just stay focused on what we can control. And I thought our guys did a tremendous job.
White up top, register, one-timer, score!
Yeah, it was kudos on us. Just come back with that neutral mindset that we preach, and that's so important to us, and just play a hockey game, because we know when we're playing our game, we're, probably better than anyone else.
Murphy back for Rassel, behind the net, wrap around, Biddy, score! 24th goal this season!
Yeah, some games, it's physicality, especially in this league. That's a big part of it. I would say, it's pretty physical. But yeah, sometimes you got to take care of business, and sometimes doing that is staying out of the chippiness, talking, and just play your game.
And there's going to be a penalty. Brodzinski just cross-checked Kudla, and then he goes at him again.
That's a veteran move. Kudla just skated away.
Sometimes it's more frustrating, right? If you're yelling at a guy, chirping at a guy, he just doesn't say anything back. You just get more mad and throw yourself off your own game.
That's a pretty selfish penalty to take. You're on the power play, and you're in the offensive zone at the top of the crease.
He's gonna get tossed.
They're throwing him out.
As far as maybe if they thought it was going to be an intimidation factor or anything like that, I think it was opposite. Like it probably brought our team a little bit together even more.
White back to the center line. Erd fires. They score!
We came out, played our style hockey on that Saturday, got it done.
5 seconds. Far boards by Larry to the net. Save made by Thompson. Rebound, and Thompson makes the save with 1.3 seconds to go. And he will hang on and listen to this crowd.
Yeah, I was pretty pleased with Saturday. We obviously made it a little closer than we wanted to. But at the end of the day, 2 points is 2 points, and we got a big set of 6 points on the weekend, so it was good. Take it. Not always going to be pretty.
Steelheads hit the ice at the Idaho Central Arena for the first time in 18 days, opening up a 3-game homestand with the Tulsa Oilers.
Watch out for warm-up 6.
Cam McGuire here alongside Jeremy Millimuck.
It's a lot of pride. Obviously in the program, when you play for the organization 6 years and you help bring a championship here, it's obviously rewarding for sure. That was, as an athlete, you want to help be part of that change. And to do it here, bring the first pro championship to Boise was special, and the group of guys we had was special. The staff here was great, and yeah, it was an amazing run.
Well, the Steelheads officially announced the signing of your son, Connor Millimuck, yesterday. I know it had been in the works for the last couple of weeks or so, so give us some insight of what you knew of your son to make the decision to turn pro and land in a spot that you know oh so well.
He spent 6 years here, so when the opportunity came up, and the biggest thing for me was he's got to finish his school, and he's a pretty dedicated kid, and he was no problem committing to that. And so once the opportunity came up and to join a first-class organization as the Steelheads are, they've done a great job building this program over the years, and it was really a no-brainer.
Well, at first it was I wanted to go play professional hockey, and then once Sheener reached out to me, that was like
now there's really nowhere else I'd want to play. Coming to Idaho, coming to a great organization and team that's always doing good. So as soon as that possibility happened, then it was like, okay, I want to come here now.
And then now being able to add Connor Milmuck, obviously his dad's jersey's hanging in the rafter. We've watched him. We knew he was looking to leave college because it wasn't his game. So we had a few conversations with the family and obviously with Connor, and we're able to bring him in, and he's been a tremendous addition to this team.
The puck is down. We are underway. The Steelheads skating right to left in their black sweaters, starting up front with Jade Miller, Willie Neerum, and Connor Millimuk, the son of Jeremy Millimuk, whose number hangs in the rafters.
If you don't know Connor's background and the effort that he's had to put in through youth hockey and AAA hockey and midget, and then getting to junior hockey and then college, it's never been given to him. He's had to earn everything along the way.
You gotta hope to get in the lineup first. You gotta hope to get in the lineup extra forward. That's not my role, bud. That's not my role, bud. My role is to get the fuck out of you. Come on. What do you do out here? You're lucky you even made it. He wants to beat the fuck out of Robert. That's it. That's all. Let's go, Al. Let's go. Exactly. That's all he wants to do.
Connor Millimuk bringing an element of toughness that the Steelheads are looking to add here in the final stretch of the regular season and heading into playoffs.
It was the pressure to come in and make a statement for myself and show that I can play at this level, not only play physical but also skate at this level too. But obviously then having my dad's name in the rafters, there's maybe a little bit of pressure there, but my dad would always tell me, he's like, don't worry about that. People are going to know who you are, but it's just said, just go play your game. He said, just act like this is another game, and that's what I did.
5:50 remaining here in the first period on this Wednesday night as Connor Millimuk delivers a big check on Davis Codd. And Carl Boudria and Millimuk are going to go. Millimuk and Boudria swinging right at center ice, and Millimuk will take them down. Well, it's been 6,549 days since we've seen a Millimuk jersey on the ice here in downtown Boise. This time it's Connor Millimuk getting the crowd into it. We talked with Everett Sheen about how Millimuk's going to add that toughness. I would say we've certainly seen that on display here in the first 15 minutes of the game.
It's always nice to get that respect, and that's kind of what I wanted because I knew I wasn't going to get it with my skating and my flashy skills. I do it for the boys and do it to get the fans involved. That's why I'm here to bring energy. So
you hear about momentum a lot in hockey, and there's lots of ways to gain it. There's lots of ways to lose it. I mean, you look at guys like Millie and Nicky. I mean, they gain a lot of momentum doing what they do, and Murphy and Whitey and Gooch. I mean, with Bicey, what those guys do with the puck. I mean, they give you a little bit of momentum, but when we play a simple game of getting pucks in deep, or as a D moving the puck up quick and just playing a fast game, we tend to keep the momentum of that game. But obviously, sometimes we're gonna get straying away from it, and like I said, it's just about trying to find it quick as we can.
Most recently, the Steelheads returned from Tulsa, Oklahoma on Monday after a 3-3 weekend where they were victorious in overtime on Friday night by a final score of 4-3 before suffering a 10-4 loss on Saturday night, but rebounding with a 4-2 win on Sunday afternoon.
On Sunday, though, we came out slow again, down 1-0 early. I didn't think we were playing well, and our guys finally put it together and took over the last two periods and just kind of showed when we're ready to go and asserting ourselves, we're a very dangerous team, so it was a very good comeback win.
In terms of this week, obviously a team you guys know very, very well in Utah, and you'll play them 8 times out of the final 20 games of the regular season schedule. You touched on it earlier this morning. Not only for you guys are these big points, but more so probably for them as they're kind of in that thick of attaining a playoff spot, and these are going to be playoff games, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely they are. They're fighting for every possible point they can earn, and for us as well, we got to keep banking points, solidify our spot there in the playoffs, and hopefully challenge for the division lead at the end. So it's going to be playoff hockey down the stretch here for sure.